everybody. I know. I have told you a million and one times I was going to be more consistent, and I have not done that. But let me explain. So, I'm not going to talk about anything in particular today, but I just wanted to have a discussion because my channel was growing. I haven't been posting, so I feel like I should come on and talk to you guys because I really appreciate each and every one of you for subscribing to my channel. So the first thing is I have just been living my life in a way that I have not lived it before. So if you are new here, I'm a mom, and I had to completely change the trajectory of my entire life a few years ago when my daughter decided she wanted to enter the world 3 months early. So what really happened, how I dropped the ball here, is that let me just go back. So early October 2023, I went over to my brother's house and he said, "Oh my gosh, you're getting big. Like, we need to take pictures." I was pregnant. And so I'm like, okay, how am I going to maintain my podcast and my channel and, all my business stuff? So I said, hey, can I put you in charge? And I was going to get all of the content and stuff that he needs to publish, because I was going to batch create, and then have him come on and do some conversations as well, because he's really good at what he does. But literally, that was on a Sunday. I ended up going into the hospital on a Monday, and then she was born on a Thursday. So, with that being said, I was on bed rest for those 3 days when I went into the hospital, and they had me in an incline. So my head was down, my feet was up, and I would never want to do that again. And I was on a liquid-only diet with nasty liquids. I said, y'all couldn't come up with nothing better than these options. But with that being said, that's kind of how everything just started to change in my life. So fast forward, from that point, she was in the NICU for 72 days, and she actually got released 3 months early and was extremely healthy. The doctor was completely overwhelmed with how healthy she was to be born so young. And so I say all that to say I've had to pivot my entire life from that moment. Before that, I traveled a whole lot. Before that, I did a whole lot of stuff. I was very productive, But once my daughter was born at 3 months early, I just kind of pivoted. I am originally from where Michael Jackson is from. I'm originally from Gary, Indiana, but I live in the DFW in Texas now. So, yeah. What about you? Where are you from? But thank you all for joining. I'm just kind of give you guys some life updates to let you know that I have not tried to forsake you guys from India. Okay, I have not been to India yet. I have friends who are from there, and they have encouraged me to go. I just have not made it over there yet. So it's on my list of places to go. I do love to travel. I haven't really posted much on this channel, but I've been to many countries multiple times for most of the countries. But so yeah, like I said, my daughter was born 3 months early, and you're not supposed to ask a woman how old she is. You take a guess. If you're right, I'll just say yes or no. All right. But yeah, so when she came early, I had to change my business model. I sat in the hospital just like, okay, what am I going to do? Because I wasn't going to be doing live streams in the hospital, and I wasn't going to do content and stuff in the hospital. Hi. So I kind of set out. I sat on the sideline for, I would say, about the first 2 years of her life. She's almost 3. She'll be 3 this October. Just kind of like, okay, am I going to go back into business again, or am I going to be a full-time stay-at-home mom? Like, I just really had no idea. And so finally the idea came to do bookkeeping, which is what I have pivoted to. But here's the thing. I need to build my model where it's able to generate money when I'm not available, because I do like to travel, and like, I want to have more kids. If this happens again, if I have a child who has to go in the NICU, I need to be able to have a sustainable business that can operate without me being the face of the business. So I have been strategizing a lot behind the scenes on how to make that possible. So I am a bookkeeper now. I have a bookkeeping business, and I'm just trying to make that business. I'm trying to strategize in a way where it meets all my goals, if that makes sense. But I also decided to enroll in school full time, doing accounting, learning accounting. I feel like it was beneficial to deepen my knowledge in the subject. So I I have a lot of bookkeeping knowledge, but if you don't understand how the accounting world works, bookkeeping is like the most basic form of accounting. And then it goes all the way up to like CPA, and then you have your CFOs and your controllers. So it go is there's like levels to it, right? I don't want to be a CPA for those watching, and I don't want to be a controller or a CFO. Maybe a CFO, maybe, who knows? But I just don't have that desire. So one of my goals for this year was to get deeper knowledge in accounting. And then I meet this guy randomly when I was staying at a hotel right before New Year's, and we had a conversation. And he said, "Hey, you should probably deepen your knowledge in these areas." He gave me very specific classes I should take. So I said, you know what? That's actually in alignment to what my goals already were. So I'm gonna just go ahead and do that. And I did. So I did full-time summer school. I don't encourage anybody who got a 2-year-old to do that. But I did it, and I got 3 A's and a B. I don't typically share my report cards with people, but I just want you to know, like, I did it, you know? And that's big because I come from a health science background. So I have a bachelor's and a master's in health science. And I actually graduated summa cum laude from my graduate program. And then I went to a world-renowned university for undergrad. So these are two completely unrelated topics. You know, both are very, they need very good understanding to be successful at it. So I'm actually really proud that I know that this is where I'm supposed to be. But here's the catch. So when I was in undergrad, I was actually going to school to be, and I was in a business. I was going for business, but I also ran track at my university. So when I was injured, I was trying to figure out, what do I want to do for the rest of my life? And I was like, I don't really want to do business. Like, I want to have a business. I don't want to study it with other people because it's a lot of group work. And from my experience, most people don't do their job with the group work. So anyway, I went to the advisor. I asked, hey, you know, what do you think I should do? So I took this test called Myers-Briggs. So hear me out. The Myers-Briggs test told me, do not work with patients. Don't do anything healthcare. And I said, well, why not? Like, I like people, I think, right? It said, absolutely not. My strongest areas were accounting and law. And fun fact, I had a lawyer one time that was helping me with a case, and she said, you should definitely do law school. She's like, I will mentor you through the whole process, but you are so organized and you are really good with collecting all the information and all that. So she really wanted me to do law, but I honestly just didn't want to spend the years of study it took to become a lawyer. So I just kind of threw that to the side. So fast forward, here I am now doing accounting. And now I look back, if I would have did this from the beginning, I don't know how far along I would be. I mean, I'm sure I'd be far along, but who knows how successful I would have been in this area had I started sooner than now. So I don't know if there's something that you are very gifted at, you're very skilled at, but you're just like, maybe I don't want to do it because you're thinking there's something more profitable or something more socially acceptable. So you don't do it. So yeah, anyway, I'm saying that to say, like, I'm now in the field I was supposed to be in a long time ago. And if you've been watching this channel, I've been talking about money for quite some time. I'm very passionate about the subject. So I am trying to navigate on how this new season of my life looks, because I say all that to say, since becoming a mom, I am trying to find myself again, you know, because I've been a mom all day, every day. And I am just trying to navigate the process of now doing things that I also love to do too. So going to school was a big deal, you know. And I'm networking. I just went to a really cool event the other day with a celebrity chef. He invited us to his home with one of my partnerships and cooked us a meal. It was, I mean, that meal was absolutely fabulous. And I got to watch him make it in real time. So that was the most beautiful thing about that. And I got to have like real conversations with him. But I just wanted to come on here because the frequency of me posting is something that I thought I could guarantee, but like I'm in this season of life that right now I kind of just need to go in the flow because I came out of a season where I was getting burned out because I just feel like I was putting a lot of output but not getting a lot of input or getting a lot of rewards. So means I worked really really hard, but the reward part was not that great. So um, I'm going to post on here as I feel that is beneficial to you all because I don't want to just post content that's not relevant, you know. So I want to post things that would be beneficial to you, but I also want to make sure that I maintain like my goals as well. And my goal right now is to just relearn like who am I in this season, what am I to do in this time. And right now I just feel it so sincerely that I'm supposed to be doing what I'm doing right now. So I gotta go, I just have to lock in. So I'm thinking about maybe take you guys on a journey. Maybe I don't talk about finances as much on this channel like I used to. Maybe I just take you on a journey with me on what it's like to sleep less on certain nights to study, and you know, like places where I'm going and things like that. It's not going to be a vlogging channel, but I just feel like right now doing lives is better for me because you guys have no idea how long it used to take to edit videos. I spent a lot of time editing videos, and I just don't have that kind of time anymore. And of course I can delegate that task, but then it comes to, will they edit the video the way I like it? So I'm not there yet. But in the meantime, what I am strongly leaning towards is building my business. So let me pause. Robert Kiyosaki, he has this book called Cash Flow Quadrant. So I would encourage you to read that book. It's called Cash Flow Quadrant. In that book, he has 4 quadrants. So he has the quadrant for employees. So that's like the upper left quadrant. And then below that is the self-employed person. So employee, you work for somebody. Self-employed, you're not working for somebody, but you're working just as hard. You're just the person in charge of everything, right? You don't have a boss. Then you have in the right quadrant, upper right quadrant, you have the business owner. So this person has systems and people in place to work around the clock where they don't have to do everything. So they're able to make money whether they're awake or asleep. And then you have the investor, that's the bottom right quadrant. And that's the person who they make money and then they invest it in something else, and then that grows also in their sleep. So right now I feel like I'm in the self-employed quadrant, and I'm trying to move towards the business owner quadrant. So I want to build systems and I want to build teams to be able to run my bookkeeping business for me. I don't want to do it all because the lifestyle that I want to live, you know, I want to be a mom. Like I love being a mom. I didn't even know that, y'all. I didn't even want kids. But now that I am a mom, I'm like, this is so cool. And I could just see myself having some more kids. So I'm very careful right now to build something that's sustainable, that as my lifestyle changes, as my family grows, I am still able to show up for them, you know? I mean, maybe you guys, maybe success for you guys is like that boss culture where you just like trade your entire life for the money. I'm not that. The money's going to come. I can guarantee you the money is going to come, especially with my network. What? The money's already here. What am I even talking about? The money's already here. But I don't want burnout. I am not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of trading my life for money. I'm not a fan of that. So I'm slowly building this time. And so you guys are going to witness that. You're going to see the good and the bad. Like some people, they just want you to know the good. I have good and bad days, right? Today's a great day. But a few days ago, not so good because my family, I told you guys I'm from Gary, Indiana. I was there this past weekend. My parents celebrated their 40th anniversary, wedding anniversary. And then my grandmother turned 90 years old. My flight was delayed. I came back, and then the next day a tornado hit, and the state of Indiana, the governor has now declared their neighborhood in their state as a emergency disaster zone. It was really bad, and I barely just escaped that myself, So that's why I don't want to make promises anymore about I'm going to be here on Mondays and Tuesdays, and I don't want to make those promises because life actually does be happening a lot around here, and so I am highly inspired to talk to people now. Like I'm one of those people. Like I don't like to really be visible. I like to be behind the scenes. That's really kind of like my personality. But I have a really good friend. She's like, no, you need to be visible. Like people, especially in the age of AI, they need to know you're a real person. So I'm definitely going to be more intentional about showing up here. But right now, I just can't give you guys guarantees on like the consistency of it. I do know I want to be more consistent in terms of like not making it be months between times, but I don't want to give you like a set day and time of when you should expect to see me until I can get a little bit more flow into my days. But for right now, I just want you to take the time to discover what you are good at. Like, what are your strengths? What are your talents? What are your skills that you have? I want you to really think about that because that's really how you're going to build whatever you're trying to build. And I'm not saying everybody should be an entrepreneur. Some people need to work. Use it as an apprenticeship opportunity where you're earning to learn, right? Some people don't like to work. I actually like when I worked. I didn't like every job that I had, but I did like opportunities where when I was learning, I was earning money and I was able to build on the side. So I'm saying that to say, figure out what that is for you and be realistic about it. Like if you don't know how to count, don't be trying to go all in accounting because we need you to be good with numbers. Just like I'm not good at art. Don't expect me to do any murals or anything for you that should look like something because I am just not good at art. So no matter how much I am passionate about looking at it, do not hire me to do that because that's just not my thing, right? So I'm saying that to say you can become good at most things, but if you're not going to put in the work to become good at most things, then don't put it as your immediate goal. Like they told me I wouldn't be good in the healthcare field, right? But I just proved to you I was summa cum laude. That's like the highest. That's the highest award in school, right? You're at the top of your class. So I proved with me working extremely hard, learning the subject matter, that I could be good at it. But I also have a different brain. I'm very disciplined, and I've been a gifted and talented learner since I was a kid. I was in the gifted and talented and accelerated classes since I was a kid, so I just have a different kind of brain. And if you haven't, that doesn't mean that you can't do it too. I'm just saying, like, I don't like when people give like these, oh, but I did this without giving the context. That is, a true gift that I was blessed with. So me learning other subjects, because I'm really good at a lot of subjects, me learning other subjects isn't as difficult because that's a natural inclination that I have. But figure out what you're good at and you work that thing really good. Now I don't want to make this video too long because this wasn't supposed to be a podcast episode. This is supposed to be a check-in. But I like you guys. You know this is a real video when I don't got no makeup on at all. I woke up like this. You're gonna see me different probably every single time because I wear my hair different most times. So I don't want y'all to get caught up on those kind of things. And that's why I didn't want to do like live videos, because I was like, man, there's too much pressure. People out here all dolled up. I don't have all that in me to do that every day. I can do it once in a while. So I'm getting all my fears out the way. I really don't care what the internet has to say about anything about me anymore, because if I'm doing the right thing, if they say any bad things about me doing the right thing, it comes with the territory. So I got that pressure off now, that if I see negative comments, have a great day. But I'm really hoping that I'm reaching somebody here. I'm really hoping that when I get on here, somebody's life is changed, even if it's just one person. So today we're going to talk about you getting off of here right now, going to find out what you're good at and do that. All right, I will talk to you all on the next video. Bye. All right, maybe bye. Y'all, I got to get used to saying bye on here because I don't know how to log off. All right, I think I got it.